The New Testament shows many examples of priests and bishops all throughout it, and that they're essential to Christianity. Welcome to Throwback Thursday, where we look at early church history and traditions of the past, and today we're talking about apostolic succession. Now, Christ didn't establish a church that would die with him or the apostles, however, that it would continue. Now, when we see Jesus appear to the disciples in John 20:19, this is where apostolic succession actually begun. We talked about this before, how he gave them the ability to teach, to forgive sins, and to shepherd his flock. Then in Acts chapter 1, when Judas died, Matthias took his spot in office, which was prophesied in Psalm 109. Now, the Hebrew word here used was pekuda, which was given in terms of leadership. And when Peter was quoting this psalm in Acts 1:20, he actually used the Koine Greek word episkope, which I will get into later. Now, Paul actually appointed Timothy as a successor in 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 2, where he says to Timothy, "What you have heard from me, entrust to faithful men to teach others." Priests are ordained today through the laying of hands, same as the early church, and this is shown in 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 14. And the word used there for the council of elders is derived from presbyteros, which I talked about in this video. And Paul later warns Timothy in 5:22 not to be hasty with just ordaining anybody. The New Testament actually speaks of bishops and deacons, which is seen in Philippians 1:1. Now, remember that Greek word episkope that I said? It's used here for the word overseers. This title was actually given to bishops of the church. And if you go back to 1 Timothy in chapter 3, when Paul's giving qualifications for bishops, he uses the word again, episkope. Apostolic succession isn't something that's just man-made. The church lived it through the apostles, through Christ, and throughout 2,000 years of history, which is why the Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church consider each other as valid. Thank you guys so much for watching. I pray that you guys have open hearts, and God bless.